How's it going, lazy Bruce? Up, Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Yeah, it was bad. That was a bad time, but we're still gonna solve this case one way or another. Let's do it. Newly replaced glass, shining in the morning light. You hear traffic outside. Back in the world again. We got this. You see gleaming white enamel, no bottles inside. Look, the door's open. You can walk right into Kim's room. Well, that's interesting. I haven't been in Kim's room before. Oh my god. 72%. Fail. As usual. The Stereo 8 player has been reunited with its right speaker. Well, that's convenient. Let's go to Kim's room then. The alarm is set for 6:50 AM. Jesus, Kim. Medicinal supplies in the cupboard. Mercurochrome, chrome, a scalpel, and antibiotics. What, did you, save... you disinfect me or whatever? These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You make out the notes on this and other recent cases. I heard Gato open the door to your room. He closes his notes. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer. It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky, considering the odds we faced. There's a pause. Let's go. Let's go. Ah, my dude got confused. I'm gonna go into Kim's room. Oh, wait, no. What's her name? I don't know her name anymore. Ouch, that leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. I don't like running. A note. Looks like she left something on the table. Next to a stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs. A gift? The lieutenant turns to the staircase suspiciously, looking for any signs of another presence in the shadows above. Seems like she left in a hurry. Hardly surprising. What could this gift be? I am not drawing my gun yet, but I don't like gifts. Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay? Let's be careful. A red thread made of nylon. It leads out of the room and onto the roof. I guess I'll check that first before we look at the window. What do we got here? The thread is tied to an antenna. Is this the gift? Some fucking antenna? Oh wait, is this the direction the bullet came from? Maybe. I don't know. Let's head back in and check the window out. You see the same two neon lit shapes, a man and a woman. Only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall. That's the direction the bullet came from, right? This is ballistic. She left a trajectory for us. The lieutenant tests the thread with his fingers. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly. A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside. A prime. Then to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez. B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime. Where's the thread lead? It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles. From a point beyond the roof. B triple prime. The island in the bay. What island in the bay? Is she telling us that the shot came from the island? He nods. Unless she's thinking the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna, that's what the thread seems to point. There are ruins on that island. A sunken seafort. I saw it through the coin-operated viewer. I remember. He looks out the window and onto the bay. How did she know how to do this? She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass. She had a long time to think about it after, standing on the roof, staring at the glass. It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? Of course we don't trust her. I don't know, at this point, he stops mid-sentence. There's only one point of origin we haven't ruled out yet. So it is. Maybe we need to go to the island. The wind blows in from the open window. The lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water. The leader's flimsy. Might as well go around Martinez looking under every rock and talking to every person, but what else is there? Kim, let's go to that fucking island. Okay, let's go to the fucking island. He takes a second to gather himself, then says, how did we get there? Joyce Messier had her sloop, but she's gone. Lillian, the net picker, she's towing her boat. Ah, yes, of course, the village. Let's go. Let's do this. We're gonna solve this thing. Morning, Gate.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did. Thank you. Big improvement. You're welcome. I thought it'd be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. Defender may have been putting it generously, though. I had a great view of you doing nothing to stop those psychopaths. Then I crawled inside. Bullets started flying. Anyway, he clears his throat. I wish you a quick recovery. Also, he raises his finger, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not, he adds. Just felt I needed to specify that. Where'd everyone go? Oh, you know, he looks around at the empty place. People don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. What happened to the man with the sunglasses? Shakes his head. I don't remember everyone who comes in here. And many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad. Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were out there on the balcony. Yeah, I was, yeah. He nods, trying to remain aloof. That's because I'm a badass. I guess you're a badass. Yeah, I don't know. He feels the need to explain himself. Clients were panicking, and also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't give a shit if I die. Cool. See you later. Your friend. Your friend I'm suspicious of. Shall we talk to these guys? Seeing you approach, the bruised man clenched his fists.
Oh, it's you. Didn't think we'd see you walking anytime soon. Elaine, look, it's the cowardly cop.
Huh? What?
He looks up, his eyes full of confusion, as if he'd woken from a deep sleep. He's very, very drunk.
Our condolences for your losses.
He says with a little nod, but the remaining Hardy Boys don't seem to register his words. Is he okay? Does he look like he's okay? He does not. His unshaven face is almost grey. He reeks of piss, sweat and booze. While still alive, he has abandoned his own body to decomposition. How badly was he hurt? He was, and that's the thing. He sighs heavily. Titus, Theo, Dennis, Angie, they're all gone. But he got away without a scratch. He seems barely able to keep his head up. There's nothing left, nothing. This is a broken man, he whispers to you. He probably feels that he should have been able to protect the others somehow. Now he feels guilty for not dying with them, or instead of them. What are you suggesting, Kim? I'm not suggesting much. All I'm saying is, he lost everything. Shit is tough, but you need to get off your ass and finish this. The dull eyes looking back at you from the narrow face momentarily light up and he mumbles, what? Krenel, Wild Pines, all the people responsible for the death of your friends, you're just gonna leave it like that? Sons of bitches. He mumbles something in Mesk. When he sits down on the table again, a malevolent smile spreading across his face. Is that really the best idea? The lieutenant pauses to think for a moment. I guess he may have prolonged his existence for a bit, if he can still remember where he sobers, when he sobers up. If you think this will keep him from offing himself, I'll make sure to remind him. So far, I've just been pouring whiskey in him to keep him sedated. He nods. What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys now that Titus is dead? The spit flying out of his mouth is accompanied by a painful grimace. Titus is fucking dead? What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys? Look around you, man. This shit is done. There are no more Hardy Boys. You two are just gonna go back to hauling containers in the harbour? Nah, man, I don't know. I guess the Union will still be policing the neighbourhood, but he looks at his dazed companion. Who's gonna do it now? You, Eugene. Me? No, man, I'm not a leader. He smiles suddenly. You know Titus only recruited me because I played the guitar. Said the team could use the morale boost. You can do this, Eugene Boys has quite the ring, doesn't it? What? Fuck no. I'd say we keep the name to honour Titus. That's a noble thought. You're gonna do alright. No one's born to lead. Titus was. His eyes meet yours. Thanks for the vote of confidence. If I don't stick around, it's all over. So I guess I sort of have to now. Yeah, man, you know, He slaps his hand on the table in a sudden burst of drunk enthusiasm. You know, you got this. You got this. He looks off to the side, eyes filled with worry. I haven't got shit, Al. This is not completely ludicrous. Him and Titus were the only detectives of the bunch. Titus more, but Eugene at least knew how to think along. Any idea what happened to Classy? Damn songbird of misery, that one. The man shakes his head. And do you have any information of the songbird of misery? Nah, Garte said she took off some time before the firefight. That's all. Try to remember if there was anything. Oh yeah, he said she seemed to be in a real hurry. Take care, guys. Yeah, you too. It's a rough world out there. He shakes his head. It's not easy being a cop. We were too hard on you. Both of you. He turns to Kim. We shouldn't have fucked with you like we did. You got between us and a lot of bullets in that fight. Martinez owes you one. It's kind of you to say. The lieutenant closes his notes. Take care of your friend, okay? I will. You take care of yours. He nods to you. A sharp pain shoots up your side and into your stomach. You must not look too good. Luckily it passes. Alright, let's go. We're gonna get to the beach. Holy shit, what does that say? One day I will return to your side. The graffiti has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words to her masterpiece. Lieutenant Crouch is touching the fuel oil with his finger. Looks like it, yeah. This is still fresh, it wasn't here yesterday. I smell heavy fuel oil. And blood. Some of it's even yours. Heavy fuel oil, isn't that flammable? Step back, Lieutenant. The fuel oil catches fire immediately. With a low hiss, a bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. Rain turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling with black smoke. Disco Elysium. Lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face, illuminated by the flames, and nods silently. Then the fire falters. Let's go to that island. Where's your friend, Renee?
Officer, care to play a game with a lonely old man? Actually, never mind. It wouldn't be the same.
Where is Renee? The prick is gone, he replies, trying to smile. I can barely believe it, but he's really gone. Gone? Gone where? Gaston sighs and mumbles. More to himself than you. Hell, most likely. He was an absolute cunt. What? Was he killed during the mercenary tribunal? Oh, he would have liked that. The old man slowly shakes his head. A lives ending violently. That's how he wanted to go. Sadly, it was not the case. How did he die exactly? His angry little heart finally gave out, he sighs. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he was. Did he feel like he has to prove that he could still pull his weight? Doesn't need handouts? Guess he was about to head home, because the dock workers found him. He was wearing civilian clothes and not the cockatoo uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was just wearing it to piss me off. Gaston smiles a sad smile. Now the joke's on him, because he's going to be buried without it. Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him over the edge? No, he replies quickly. Rene was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable. I offer my sincerest condolences. Yes, the lieutenant nods. We're both sorry for your loss. It is what it is. Part of life, really, he mumbles, only half listening to you. But to know someone for 79 years and then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. He slowly shakes his head, then remembers your presence. But you must need something. No. Just wondered why you went with Renee, that's all. We got this. We got this. We're gonna solve this case right here, right now. I'm so glad we survived. I would, dying at the end wouldn't have been the biggest tragedy, but not solving the case, that would be the biggest tragedy. We've got to solve it first, before anything. Hey,
Officer, what happened? You're wounded. Why are you wounded? You look terrible.
some people hurt
Is
me.
this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
I got shot in the chest.
That's nothing to brag about, officer.
It's not serious. He'll be okay.
You feel the ligament above your left move above your left shoulder and a small warm drip of blood. That's nothing. I have questions for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
Kim's presence makes it awkward. Nice. We need to get to that island. There won't be a problem. It's wind still, and the tar just dried. She points to a skiff next to the jetty. We got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. We borrow your boat? If you promise to bring it back, and no scrape in the hull, I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat, Horizon Arrow, and no joyriding either. Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business. Aye, she nods. Nod along attentively. The crow's feet disappear from the corner of her eyes as she smiles at you. What's on that island? I saw some kind of ruins through the binoculars. There used to be some kind of fortification there, before the war. For the communards, an anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself, always steer clear of it. Hasn't been there yourself? Who has then? You said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you? My husband used to drink there, him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed to like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me. This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution, against coalition forces before they took the city. She looks around. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such. Which kids? The twins. She points to the 2 kids playing in the concrete yard. God forbid they bring the girl along some rickety barge. Will you maybe ask your twins about the place before we go? Would that be alright? Be my guest, she looks at the boys. They have a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do. Is there anything I should know about getting there? Well, most of it's sunken underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deeper there. Thanks, we'll use this skiff to get there then. She nods. Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? I just filled her up, but it's a small tank. We're gonna go for this one. I know it's gonna fail. Oh yes, she does need to get your drink on. There's no other way for human beings to procreate, not after 6,000 years of yeast cultivation based mating rituals. I like you, but I'm afraid to be around you because you're a woman. Okay, she blinks. Where is this going? I need to be drunk. You do too. Please get drunk with me on a drunk date. Absurdly and pointedly phrased. She doesn't laugh. You can be quite funny, officer. Anyway, what did you want? She doesn't even understand you asked her out. Perhaps you're too sober to pull it off right now. Try again later. Oh. Oops. Be seeing you. Alright, let's see if we can boost our suggestion. We gotta do something nice while we're here. Yeah? Come on. Help a guy out. I'll put a point into suggestion as well. Oh, that jacket's even better. I look quite nice in that, if I do say so myself. Oh, I can't put any points into suggestion. That sucks. I guess I'm stuck then.
Be careful out there.
Never mind. Alright, I'll go talk to the twins. Okay, kids. You've been to that island, right? On that island? The one who's busy kicking a stone points to the bay. Yeah, that one. I need to know what's there. That's, nothing. The boy pauses to think with his finger in his mouth. It's just a sea fort and some plants. You can take a raft there, it's great. And, the other one butts in, we make a fire. We make a fire. His brother nods. Gather the sticks for the fire and bullets. Well, not real bullets. Empty bullets. Bullet shells. There were a lot of them left over after the war, but this could be important. Wait, you mean shells? I don't know what those are. What then? There were lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out. They must mean a human being on that island, but it's cut off. Someone lives on the island? No, the boy answers, shaking his head vehemently. His brother looks at him and then you. Yes, he says. The lieutenant raises his eyebrow and whips out a notebook. Let's go with yes. Why is he the fire guy? Because... The boy pauses to think. Because he asked to put the fire out, says the other one. Why does he ask you to put the fire out? I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes, the other one adds laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little tin soldier. You mentioned something about lights. Aye, one of them. It's hard to tell which one now. Starts, I don't know. You mean there are electrical lights? He points to the street light. Yes. The boy looks at his toes. Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live there? No, he doesn't live there, I don't think. No, he lives there. The other one nods. He's been there twice. 2 times. The first one pauses to think. He comes to some kind of conclusion. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes. Anything else? What does this guy look like? I don't know. They say almost in unison. How come? We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there. Your father used to get that island too, didn't he? Our father killed himself. Don't say that. He didn't. His brother punches him. The boy's eyes well up like he's going to start crying. Your father did not kill himself. I don't know. The boy who made the claim finds himself unsure of it. He looks around. The other watches him, brows knitted. It doesn't have anything to do with this. You. Father isn't the fire guy. The two things are unconnected. Your question didn't make sense. Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island? There's the boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear that he has no intention of finishing the sentence. Lights, fire guy, the lieutenant looks at you. We should check up on the island. Alright, let's go. It's time to go. Oh boy, is it time to go. What are we going to find there? Whatever it is, I think this is it. A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle and you're off to the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you now. Are you sure you want to go now? Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this one. Let's do it. Like, I know I've got other things to do, but I will play it. I will play more run-throughs again on my own, but I can't have don't want the series to go too long. You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox. And I gotta see how this turns out now. I got to. What? What? How else do we blast Sad FM on the way to the island? Fine. He gives you a resigned shrug. Let's blast Sad FM then. Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. You seem to know its frequency by heart. Let's go.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be free.
The boat comes to a slow stop. Kim turns the engine off and there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance. There's a very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look at your arms and the cliffs above you. Let's go, he whispers. Right, here we go. This is it. Is that all that's left now? It's gone. The rusted chain trails off into the ocean. The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast. This leads to the depot on the land's end. The lieutenant looks at the mechanism overhead. Ah, yeah, so it seems. What do you think it was used for? For bringing munitions to the island, maybe. And supplies. You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain. As a defensive measure, locking off that side of the bay. Lock it from whom? From enemies. He looks up ahead. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This seaport was a revolutionary fortification, I believe. A makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. Lots to look at here anyway. Some fuel has leaked out on the barrel. Black, viscous. Attention, inflammable. There's a lingering trace of mazut in the air. Warm air from the inside of the building. It's warmer there than out here. Fire? This barrel says ICM. You can see a little star. You can see a star with little specks in it. ICM, this feels familiar somehow. White star. Point to the star on the label. No, he looks at it. An upside down star. With horns in the sky. The symbol of the commune. Are they speck stars too? No, that's the uninhabited archipelago. DeLorean era symbol of the Insulinde, known as the face in the sea. What is the ICM? Insulindian Citizens Militia, the official name of the Communards Army, the black and white army of the revolution. Sounds like an awful lot like RCM. It does. Why? The RCM may descend from the ICM. May? It's impossible to say. He looks toward the darkened doorway. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals. Nice, political thoughts rush through your neocortex. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around this body on a busted crutch, but not you. You're thinking about politics with blood dripping down your thigh. We descend from the glorious revolutionary army. There are all sorts of groups and groupuscules back then. It doesn't really matter. He bows to inspect the barrel. Looks old. What's it still doing here? After, he thinks, 44 years? It's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Ifredo. One of those barrels is still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel. Warm blood trickles down your armpit. The ligature is off. It's nothing. You recognize this little birch from the coin-operated viewer. Crazy. No way to get up here, the stairs are gone. Alright, let's go through this door, I guess. Careful, these stairs are collapsed. What is all this stuff? An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running from its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall at your right. The lieutenant puts his hand onto the metal barrel, checking for warmth. It's cold now, he concludes, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring's been repaired. Where do the wires lead? He looks at the wall socket, downstairs somewhere. What kind of generator is this? Liquid carbon. I'd imagine it takes mazut. He points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo. The kind that's flavoured by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold. If anyone stayed here, they'll need a generator. Tap on the side. A hollow ring. The canister's empty. Dust falls from the generator and down the ammo lift. What does this mean, a generator here? I don't know, I'm not a philosopher. I mean, why is it here? Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy. There's a lot of stuff here, though. This was once an armament rest. Twin cannons were attached here, medium distance, large caliber. Someone's been sleeping here too. Books, mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. A survivor's kitchen. What do we got here? +1 hand-eye coordination? Might need that. Army surplus winter scarf. +2 empathy. A moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the wind out. You see candles planted on a broken rangefinder. Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor on a makeshift cupboard. They're not particularly well organised. Sift through them. Most of the softcovers, serialised fantastique, and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures. Popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T and T Harpin, husband and wife. Widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive? Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp, light erotica, and international thriller about circuit benders. Someone's made themselves a home. The lieutenant inspects a softcover. We'll never get that. Not that you can tell, this is a digest of someone who's dead bored. Most of it's for entertainment purposes, fittingly right next to the radiola on the floor. Nothing out of the ordinary? Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. There's a nude mag. More than that you can't say. The print on some of these is pretty small though. Person has good eyesight. Interesting point to take from that. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft-cover books. White linen and pillows are visible under a worn-out karaoke blanket. Someone's been squatting here. The lieutenant inspects the bed. The linen is fresh, recently washed. How recently? You force the rest of your sentence through the pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak. You know, officer, he looks at you with a touch of concern, you can rest here if you're feeling tired. I'll keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Okay. You face the concrete wall. There's less light there. In the dark corner, like a dog, you lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed. Curl up with your knees close to your chest. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass, half an hour maybe. The sound of the sea beyond grows distant. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. We good? We good. Everything's fine. Where's Kim? The lieutenant's no longer here. Go outside. To the beach. We didn't look at this though. Door is still here, closed. Feels strange somehow, you can't get in. Am I still dreaming? I think I must be still dreaming. Everything's so weird, I can't interact with anything. Kim's gone. How do I get out to the beach? I don't know how to get out. This way? Oh, there we go. Jeepers, that's not the way I came in. Maybe I'm not dreaming. Where the hell's Kim? I shouldn't have gone to sleep, god damn it. Go down the chain, there's something there. Down to the chain? What chain? That chain. You see your footprints on the water. Walk into the water, now. Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship bag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Off to advise the Queen of Shest, most likely? This is the holy suzerain of Mundi and Insolinde. Definitely not your wife. You need to talk to her. Think of the historical knowledge you could glean. I don't know, man. What's the holy suzerain doing here? Something seems off. Hey.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm doing really good actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. How are you doing, Harry?
I'm dying. In a ruined flak tower. Blood is dripping down my chest.
God, Harry.
She shakes her head, her eyebrows knitting together with worry.
You have to take care of yourself. You're not a young man anymore. If you keep going like this, you'll...
Desperation is gearing up. Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there. In Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter. My globe cruciger. A spare silk gown. A toothbrush. Travel documents. The crown of immortality.
Crown of immortality? Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this?
She corrects the wreath on her forehead.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say, then over her shoulder. Silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway,
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive, epic showdown. What does that mean? Something's off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She stops mid-sentence, glances to her right, then looks at her bag. Your skin is soft and holy?
No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into...
You are. None of the others are as beautiful as you. He doesn't answer. There's that expression again. Silence. A distant wind blows. You can't think of anything pretty to say. One more showdown?
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh god, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. You'll fall over if you try it now. 58%, that's not good. But that's not a very good way for things to be. It's not, but she looks at her feet. Little golden sandals cover her toes. But what? Tell me there's something good. I don't know why I said but. There is no but. That's it? That's it, yeah. She looks up from her toes. We've talked about it a million times. You'll get over it just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again. Where and how? I'm not getting over it at all. It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me too, you know. I used to think I couldn't live without you. She looks at you straight in the eye. Her iris is a light blue, flecked with green. But I can. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's like eating rocks. You just can't do it. You felt that way once, that you cannot live without me? Yes, but that time is gone now. So very gone. It's like eating rocks? There's a silence. She looks at you and then over her shoulder. She corrects the wreath on the dome of her forehead. As you talk, it feels like chewing on gravel, granite, steel bars. 20 years, that's so much time. Yes, it only took me 1 year, maybe 2. She smiles and wipes her brow with relief. Whoa. Okay, I'm pretty much over it now because you seem like an asshole. Well then, super okay. I have other things to know about. What other things? She shakes her head. We've been through all the things, Harry. I've got the feeling you're not really Dolores Day. I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day? She looks at you quizzically. It does not seem like a mystery she wants to get into. You're... the mourning. The mourning, I don't understand. No, I meant the mourning. I'm grieving, but you're not even dead. Oh my god, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the mourning. Mourning someone who's still alive. Any of that. I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old. I'm 32. People my age are supposed to mourn. I'm not supposed to mourn, she breathes out. Sounds more angry than a sigh. You're just an evil ape. We're all evil apes. You don't have to hate the world. She looks around her at the evening light. Can't you see how kind and beautiful everything is? I don't have time to deal with your pessimism. There are so many people at the stop at this hour. They're all going to the aerodrome. Forget about the aerodrome for 1 second. I lost. And it was you who I lost to. It wasn't a fight. I was never fighting you. It's always fight with these tiny apes. Someone always loses. At first, yes, I was angry with you, but I am truly not anymore. My life is in a very good place. She glances over her shoulder. On second thought, you're Dolores Day? Queen Regent of the territories of Mundi and Insolinde and nothing else? Yes, Harry, I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I'm the ruler of the known world. She pulls up the silvery sleeve of her gown to check the time. Oh god, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry. A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrist. You said I have a vast soul and you'll always come back to it? You always said a lot of things. We were very young. Actually, you didn't say it. You wrote it in a letter. A handwritten letter I kept in my paperwork. As Queen Regent, I write a lot of letters. She brushed a strand of white hair out of her eye. You need to recite it to her for effect. All of it, no summaries. Okay. Please, Harry. I don't have time for this. Take out the letter and read. Every step I take, it grows until the... Yeah. This is not going to go well. Okay, stop. Yes, she surrenders. Are you happy now? No, I'm not happy. She sighs in frustration. Then why are you doing this? Being a police detective, I performed handwriting analysis on this, so I know it's you. Very well, she sighs. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left. On Voyager Road, it was autumn, the first autumn, but Harry, please understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No, it was 100 million years ago. There was someone else there. Then, filled to the brim with love for you. Hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I'm no longer that person. This, she points to herself, has taken her place. It will devour you, Harry. It will eat your mind. The light of the video rental shines through the dress now. $1 in figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her legs, her breasts, her hips. I was cool? The coolest. She closes her eyes. With your leather jacket and your bootcut pants, smoking at the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were. Some of it, at least. You were my first kiss, my first time to have sex. The first and worst time I fell in love. I'll always have that with me. It's a fact. But that's all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore. Voyager Road, I know that place. Where is it? It's here, Harry. She looks around. We're on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300 meters from the stop. We used to come here to rent videos. The house. There, she points across the water into the darkness. You cannot pay the electrical bill. It came a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for the militia, my parents' money. It was not good. What now? What happens now? What is the next thing we talk about? Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we've already talked about. Talk about it again. She looks over her shoulder. If you do not feel like doing that, you should let me go to the aerodrome. You're not even human. She shakes her head. I'm actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts. The only inhuman thing about me is this. She looks around. This thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even... Yeah, I'm not going to push it. I have other questions. Other questions are the last thing I need right now. She cups her ears. Hush, can you hear? I think that's the 42. It's not that yet. You have plenty of time to win her over with questions and kisses. I don't want to, I just want to let it go. I have to, Harry, really. I've already missed the 8:30. My fingers wrap around the bag handle. I'm gonna go now. I understand. No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight. She turns. Will we ever see again? I won't see you, but you'll see me. How can that be? Oh, Harry, this is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? She looks around. A year, 2, 5? I'll see you again then. Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really looks like it's started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time, when I asked for your forgiveness, after leaving you the first time, so long ago. But this is intolerably bad. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow. Oh, well, that was horrible. Alright, we really need to wrap this episode up because we're out of time. I wanted to keep going and to get to the end, but I think we're still a wee ways away yet. You're up quick. How was your sleep? Let's comb the entire island, centimetre by centimetre. That's the next step in the task chain. Okay, you reply simply. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.